Okay, good. Welcome. Showtime. Showtime. Just very well. Showtime. Yes. So you are in your life, yeah? Everybody in the life, in the anyhow. Okay? Whatever looks good, beautiful. Yeah? Anyhow. Very good. Yeah. Very, very famous. Yeah? Yeah, look at that. You are online right now. Okay, welcome, welcome. Are you ready? Good job. Okay, good. Okay, good. You are the shoe off. Right? You know? Oh, yeah? You know the green Oscar. Yes. Okay. So that's a couple of our things. Yeah, you guys do quiet. Yeah. And we need a faster space today because some technical issue. Okay. So number one, regarding your final exam next week, final exam will be your team basis. Okay. You will do by your team. You don't have to come here, whatever, right? Okay? From next week, next Tuesday, from 9 to 5, we'll try to simulate the real world situation, right? Totally, you have 8 hours. That's nice, right? Before 2 hours exam, now you can 8 hours. Good, right? Because you have other exam, it's fine, whatever, right? So, I will give you that set and give you a case. And pretty much similar to the team project you are presenting today. Okay? Yes. And you need to answer 7 questions, then you put it in a final report. Then you submit 1 team, 1 submission before 5 o'clock. Yeah? And so basically 7 questions. So the first question, what's data strategy, data privacy, which is the assignment 1. You did it, right? Yeah? The second question, what's the crisp process to do this analysis on this data set? Yeah. The third question, what SQL? I'll give you SQL, SQL. Yeah, doing inquiry. To how many women, how many, early this kind of thing. Yeah, you do some full SQL statement. Yeah, you did assignment 2, right? Yeah. Very well. It is very well. Everything 9%. And the next question is about data visualization, about Tableau. Can you find something in this data set? Yeah. Then question 5, scheming. Can you use scheming? You can use the Excel or use the ChatGPT Python, up to you. Or use the Tableau. It's fine. Can you doing segmentation or about the users behavior, right? And so how to interpret, make sure you interpret your result. Then question 6 regarding about classification. Can you select 2 of the classified to do this data analysis? Yeah? Then sure, how to interpret, right? Then last question, what are you finding? What are you discovering from your work? Make a recommendation to CEO of this company. The company can be, Amazon, can be Walmart, can be Salon Food, can be Starbucks, right? And that's gonna tell you here the next week. Okay? It's clear, right? Do as a team-based, same project team, right? And you will do that, answer that 7 questions. Finally, for the final report. Just report, not you submit it today. Okay? Any question about final exam? Clear, right? Yeah, 20%. Okay? So, regarding today, I need to do it very quick. Totally, you have 16 or 5 teams, right? I want you guys get to the point. So, where's my stuff? Yeah. Well, you're ready. So. The secret.
I read the Johnson Mark.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I read it, right? So basically, each of your team, and you you should prepare two computers. Make them working, right? Because there's connection is not working, you have a second computer. Okay? So each team should have two computers work. And each of team try to do that within 15 minutes, because 15 minutes. And just answer my 5 questions. What's business problem you're going to solve, right? What's that? Question 1. Question 2, what's the visualization you have done? Show us. Yeah. Then what you came in of that number 3. Then what's your 2 plus 5 you have tried? Then what's your conclusion? 5 questions. To me, it goes 5 minutes, right? That could be 15 minutes. So basically, each of you probably have 3 minutes, right? Control it. Yeah. And so this way we can do fast. So we do a sequence from team 1 to everyone know your team, right? The number, yeah. And so each of you audience emulate this presenter. Yeah, I'm very democratic professor. Yeah, and your performance not only emulated by me, also emulated by you. You are the future leader of business, right? You're supposed to be very objective, right? Then you use your personal favorite. Oh, this guy is handsome. I think good. My bad guy, no good, not good, right? It's not good for me because I emulate by my ChatGPT or your final report. I will take your things out, I take your loads out. Yeah. So make sure you be objective as possible, right? Yeah. It's clear, right? Yeah. Then no inflation. I hate inflation. Right? It's terrible. Yeah. Okay, it's clear, right? So make sure when the presenter for next presenter, you should emulate the talk first. Yeah. And because after presentation, you're allowed to ask 2 questions for this presenter. But for next presenter, you don't have to ask any questions. Just prepare for the next presentation. Okay, it's clear? Ground the world, it's kind of ground the world. So you are in the recording the time in anyhow, right? So make sure you be here well. Okay. You will be famous. Yeah. Okay, let's welcome Q1. So make sure you connect there over your computer. We connected? It's connected? Wow, then we connect. Okay, it's working. And do presentation first, then yeah. It's worked before, yeah. It's just a play around. You disconnect it, then we do that again. Take the cable out, be connected. Yeah. You have another computer connected? First, use this computer, yeah. Try. This one. Something with a cable. What? People there support you. I mean, you should have
normal पहनना है करते हैं अरे पागल हो गए इधर प्रेजेंटेशन आता है क्वेश्चन पूछो हमने कुछ ऐसा नोट किया जो So, thank you. Chicken curry. Party. Good vibes.
Can be problem for a while. So make sure, right? Each team have 2 computers ready. Because some of the work is not working at the same time.
Yes.
Okay? Yeah. Make sure the 2 computers ready. It's probably a big fight. Everyone put it together. So we lost some time right now. So some guy connected to there to TV. The name was all connected to that TV. Yeah. Last time
That's the last
this is in the air for the whole day.
The small one.
Speaking into a long circle.
These two,
Sir,
three, ready? You guys to do one? Yeah. Excellent. That's worse. You five. Even if you want the computer. No, you need to connect to all the computer. That's what it's everything like computer. You guys fixed it last time. You fixed this problem last time. Let's talk about not working. Why do you why do you bust it like that? Yeah. It's always costs one. The power guy. So the can you connect directly to the TV? So, look great, very great. Minimum 3 people.
You need three people to make a
Demo. This is a IT kind of Wow, it's working. Very good. Kim, can you put your there? Thank you very much. Okay, let's do presentation right now. Okay, so now I want to restrict you guys 10 minutes for now. Yeah, 10 minutes. Very brief. 10 minutes each, okay? Okay, guys. Candidate, right? Each of you know candidates, right? Yeah, candidate. Okay, do right now. Hey, right. Do right now. Yeah. You get the point, right? Yeah. Okay. Do right now.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm with my team here, Gaurav, Ayush, myself, Omkar, Nikhil, and Gora. So today we are going to discuss about EVs, which is electric vehicles, and carbon emissions. So we are basically focusing on a global issue, which is carbon emissions, and how the increasing sales in EVs is helping to curb the carbon emissions all over the world. So I would like to give the presentation to Gora to continue further.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today we'll be discussing a scope involves the relationship between electric vehicle and carbon emission. As the world continues to grapple with climate change, the auto industry has experienced a sharp shift toward greener transportation choice in recent years. This team project aims to analyze the impact of EVs on carbon emission across different regions and countries. To identify any trends or patterns in data, we'll be using Tableau for data visualization and clustering and unsupervised machine learning techniques. These techniques will help us group similar data points together and identify the relationship between variables. We'll be using K-means algorithm, logistic regression, linear regression, and decision trees. Our objective will provide valuable insight into potential environmental and economic benefits of EV adoption, which can inform business and policy makers in making informed decisions.
Okay, good. You should not read, right? Good presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good talk.
Sorry.
Yeah. Don't be shy. It's good chance to. Okay,
Onka will
Yeah.
talk about background.
thank you.
So talking about the business background here, EV business. Basically, we know all what our EVs are. They are electric vehicles which are powered by lithium-ion batteries or lithium polymer batteries. Talking about more about the background, the EVs today have a capacity to run approximately 400 to 500 kilometers in one range. So that definitely helps a lot in curbing carbon emissions. It reduces less GHGs, which is greenhouse gases. And thirdly, yes, there is a debate that how the electricity is produced. That we are mining a lot of lithium and cobalt and nickel, etc., which is in turn contributing to the carbon emission. But eventually, these batteries are recyclable. So we can't deny the fact that over the period of
Okay,
time.
good. I really give you A. Really, yeah. What's that? What's that about?
Okay. So here I'm. Here we have extracted data from two main sources, which is KDL and IEA. IEA is International Energy Agency. So we have extracted data from these two data sets and made our own data sets after cleaning and processing.
How many row? How many columns?
So we have around 2,000 and rows. How many? 5 or 6 rows. So we have like
6 columns. Okay.
Eight
good.
columns.
Good enough.
8 columns and
Okay.
2,000 rows.
Okay. That's good to your tableau work.
Yes.
We just get the point, yeah?
Yes.
Just like,
Yes.
yeah.
We use these methods to explain the problem and the impact.
Good.
So we use Tableau classification and decision tree.
Yeah, so this is my Tableau analysis which I have done. So we basically this is the global carbon emissions and this is the line chart which we can see here. We can prominently see that China is the largest contributor in the carbon emissions. Like across we have taken the data from 2009 to 2021 because 2022 and 23 data is not yet available. We tried a lot to search this data, but we couldn't find for these 2 years. So China, followed by USA, and then this is India. So these 3 countries are contributing on a large scale to the global carbon emissions. Moving further, this is then we have also deduced that what out of the entire carbon emissions which is happening today, what carbon emissions is contributed only by vehicles. Let it be cars, let it be trucks, let it be trains, etc. So this is another dashboard which I have created. Here you can see total EV sales and carbon reduction by EVs. So if you see, the sales has been growing. Even in the pandemic, it is very surprising to see that in the pandemic, we can see the highest EV cars getting sold. So here China is another. It can prominently see that though that because China is contributing.
Good has been ready.
Right, you are right.
Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We can see prominently that because China is emitting largest carbon emission, China is also taking good amount of measures, to curb this carbon emissions. How? By they have increased the sales of EVs, and also you can see they are really contributing to the carbon reduction. In China, you can see that they are contributing to the carbon reduction. Followed by USA. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic and lockdown, maybe the reduction is going down. Followed by India. Now I have also forecasted the how the picture looks like in 2030. Okay. Surprisingly, the carbon for China, the carbon reduction doesn't show a good picture. Maybe because carbon emission is also contributed by industries and the factories, etc., by mining, etc. But surprisingly, for India, it is rising.
The rising, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. Okay, so what's next? What's Kimi? That's the Kimi. Thank you. Good job.
So for the K-mean clustering, we took the data and instead of taking all different countries, we just merged all the countries and took individual year sales and individual carbon emission on that particular year. So for that, if we first see the elbow curve, by looking at the curve, we can deduce the angle of inflection is at 2. So for the number of clusters, we took 2 clusters.
To me, it looks like 3.
Sorry?
Look like 3.
But number of, like if we took 2 plus number of clusters as 2, it was giving more prominent errors.
Okay.
So if we go by the overall carbon emission, it's like the data between carbon of emission and this number of EV sales, we can see that both have rise, and at a certain point, it's year 2019 due to COVID and all, the carbon emission rate has put to a minimal amount, and it's decreasing after then. So if we look at individual data for sales and year, we can see from 2010 to 2020, the sales of EVs continuously rising. And if we see the data for the carbon emission from the year 2010 to 2020, we can see that there is a minor reduction of growth from 2012 to 2014, and after 2018, according to IEA global report of carbon emission, we can see that the reduction, like use of coals, is reduced all over the globe. And
Okay,
due
very
to
good. I think we ate a bit. Yeah.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you, class, for having us here. The next part is non-linear regression. We have used this model to make airtight of the air clustering, K-means clustering, so that the sales is combined with the carbon emissions. So we try to compile all the data together and collect it in one file, and we choose the response variable as historical EV sales, and the factor that determine the EV sales were number of charging infrastructure, as in number of charging station across each country, the electricity supply and demand across each country, and the carbon emissions getting lowered across all regions.
So the Y is you given the variable is the carbon emission number.
As people could see that the carbon emissions, we would see that as EVs are increasing, the industries will not stop working, but as EVs are increasing, the number of carbon emission vehicles will decrease, so that eventually increases the carbon emissions as well.
But if you linear regression moving up.
It is because the carbon emissions due to the factories does not influence this model. The only influence that we did was the number of charging stations. As Unka said in this presentation, that China took really great steps in reducing the carbon emissions. So as we see, this cluster is mainly due to China towards reducing the carbon emissions. So we concluded that predicts around 74.4% accuracy that if the number of charging stations across the regions increases, we can predict by 74.4% accuracy the sales will get increased. So this model predicts that.
What's next? Linear regression, yeah. You already done linear regression. What's the second classifier? Yeah, sure.
This is the total carbon emission and total carbon emission with carbon emission by fuel vehicle, carbon emission by fuel vehicle between emission type, and this percentage of carbon reduction by waste. This is other carbon reduction.
EV market share is about 2%, right?
Yes.
Okay. But you have a second classifier. You did 2 classifiers, right? So isn't it 3? Okay. Isn't it 3?
So, like, first I would like to tell about the decision tree. Decision tree use a learning algorithm to help business identify the decision which a customer made or the decision they should make to increase their sales or solve a problem. So this is the decision tree I created for this project. this identifies that what are the basic decisions a customer make in order to buy an EV. And if a customer buys an EV, it will automatically impact the emission of carbon. So first the factor was the price. Mostly people are consider the price of the car. Secondly, they also prefer the infrastructure, that how many charging stations are present in their locality so that they can charge their car and go effectively with that. And the third factor was the gender. It was noted by the data that mostly male prefers to buy an EV. I don't know the specific reason why they said gender is, but it was according to the data.
So which tool are you using for this decision tree?
Sir, I use Python.
Python.
Yeah,
Are you using ChatGPT as well?
Chat. Yeah, I got the code from the chat.
From ChatGPT,
As you
okay.
informed us.
That's good. Success. Yeah. Good side. You did it. Okay. And also linear regression also use ChatGPT.
Yes, sir.
Because it's easy.
Yeah, it's easy because all the codes from chat
Okay, good. Okay, what's the conclusion?
So basically, the conclusion is we try to understand the business model by collecting the data. We use W to visualize the data and understand how this works actually. What are problems are we solving? And the tools that we use for data preparation was Microsoft Excel. For modeling, we use Python and Minitab as well. Python just to run preliminary means, and Minitab to make sure that whatever we're running in Python is actually aligning.
Okay, the conclusion is finding. What do you find from
We
your work?
found that
Yeah.
the main finding for the conclusion is that our data makes it sufficient strong enough to predict the EV sales according to the charging infrastructure each country is providing. So at last, I would like to say that in order to reduce the carbon emissions, if government supports government support across the globe the charging infrastructure subsidies, the carbon emissions will decrease and the sales of EV will also increase. That's the
Okay.
conclusion that we
Very good. That's good. Good insight. Yeah. This is very easy problem to solve, right? Affect our life, right? The pollution about the EV cells. Yeah. So this team has done some good work, and collect the data, then visualization, right? Beautiful Tableau work, and also did a KD work, but with help of ChatGPT, you are welcome. Yeah, look very good. And only question the K, let's say use 2, but to me it's 3. You need to interpret it. Yeah. Then they did a linear regression, convincing, and also used decision tree, very interesting decision tree. Yeah, and also have a valid conclusion. Soundable, right? The church station very important. That's why you advise Canadian government, Indian government, Chinese government, church station everywhere. I'm going to throw it my luxury cheap car to buy a Tesla, right? Because I'm worried that someday I cannot drive to the mountain. Yeah. Good job. So, any question for team? One question for team 1. Okay. Each of you should ask at least one question. Yeah. So, any question for team 1? You want to get bonus? Go ahead.
I agree that the EV uses electricity to run electric vehicles. How do we produce electricity? That is also creating carbon emissions.
How to produce electricity? There's a lot of ask the ChatGPT. Right? So ask me. This kind of technical knowledge, right? Actually, that's why we need to do some work, right? This kind of things that you ask ChatGPT. That tell you from solar, and from the waterfall, and from the nuclear station, right? Yeah. So like here, so much water here, right? From everywhere. So that's a real. Okay, good. Thank you. So team 2, now your turn. So make sure you read team 1. Okay. Yeah. Have you submitted the evaluation with team 1 yet? Yeah? Okay. Now welcome team 2. 10 minutes, right? Get the point. Yeah. You get the point. Be careful, right? You put the computer there. Yeah? Yeah, just get the point. No problem. What's status? What's my top over? What's my hidden work? What's my hidden work? What's my discovery? Yeah. Then you get good grade. Hey, you have noise. Yes. Okay, so does that work? Yeah. Just wait for a few seconds. Look at the work. You have other laptop? Anyone? I know one here. Okay. Yeah, I'll get another laptop. Same laptop, you email to them. Yeah, email to me.
Give them the
Here, email. Just send demo, I will see you demo. Okay, your code. That'd be great. So everybody email to this gentleman. So this way, even just in case you're not email you this. The PC, some connection there. So one you on the road should be fine. No, you connect your computer first. It's all right. You just email to the gentleman, okay? Good, good, good. Everybody to see. Everybody smiling. So everybody email to that gentleman with an email account, right? You can use this computer to present. After that, ask them. Okay, good. So there. So team three, who's team three, team leader, right? Yeah. So you are team leader, right? Okay. You ask her email to email address. So this is okay. You try you first. If not work, this is fine. Save some time. Thank you. Okay, good. Thank you. Send me the class email. Yeah, right on the board. Thank you. You will be very famous.
Did I get extra marks for this?
Yeah, absolutely. Where was the invitation?
You already got like share.
Really good, 100%. Okay, you do right now. You do now. 10 minutes, right? Get the point. Yeah.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here for my presentation. So the main objective of our study is we are discussing the negative impacts that have been faced by different business sectors and the global economy because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And moreover, we also try to develop and evaluate some potential solutions to the challenges that the business sectors are and were facing because of the COVID-19. So the main two sources from which we've taken the data is Kaggle and Google data set search.
So you change your website, right? Before Canadian Tire?
Yeah.
Okay.
I emailed you the different
Okay.
proposal. So yeah.
No, play with it. Just leave that. Why is it like that? Just a show. Just a slide. Yeah, just put in the show box.
Okay, so I'll just continue. So
Yeah,
as,
continue.
so as we all know that because of COVID,
Show. Put in the show box. Right.
वो की दवा ना वही वाला की दवा अरे मां
As soon as they're doing science, it's like
don't do slideshows.
okay, just go to the next slide. Can you do it? Page up, page down. Page down. Page,
Okay,
yeah,
so we
yeah.
have-
It's very level.
Yeah, so as we all know that a lot of different sectors were affected because of COVID-19, like tourism sector, flights were cancelled. So because of that, the tourism sector was affected a lot. Then education sector was affected because students.
We know. What's problem you have to solve?
So we're trying to solve that how the negative impacts
To what?
to the business sectors and the global economy that because of COVID-19.
Okay, that's good. Everybody in the COVID-19, right? That's what everybody. Okay.
So
So
we can-
what's data? What's data you collect?
So we've collected from Kaggle and Google data sources, and we have like 8 columns where we have countries, and we've collected the data wave-wise, like in wave 1, how.
How many rows? How many columns?
So there are around 8 to 9 columns, and rows are like thousands. Yeah.
Okay, good.
If we can continue with the tab.
Yeah, do tableau, show tableau. Okay, you want to tableau. Just be careful, yeah.
That is basically advanced analytics, most powerful and quickly growing data preparation tool. And it also helps creating a structure from raw data. And nowadays every business uses it. And for using Tableau, we do not use any technical or professional expertise in that. And here the figure when it shows in this graph, the year has been divided into the columns and the GDP has rose. The year 2020 to 21 GDP is expected rapidly in the addition of GDP of several regions has decreased as of COVID-19. Also, to talk about the GDP of sub-Saharan Africa in the yellow zone, which is just like there was 52,075 in 2020, and it was 19,534, and in 2021 less than half of the previous years. And figure 2 shows how the three primary COVID waves affected the global economy in terms of their respective waves. Every other region saw a fall in the GDP in the second and third wave, aside from South America. For example, the GDP of Europe and Central Asia was predicted to be 150 million. Something was the first wave, but it was 150 like 909, 599, and then it shifted to 149 million. And in the second wave and third wave, respectively. And here the figure is on the effects of COVID-19 on the sales of various industry sectors. It depicted, like you can see here. Here we can see the visualization of data that shows.
Good. I already give you 8. Okay. what to Kimi? Yeah, it's very beautiful.
It's first linear regression.
Linear regression? Okay. So,
So basically, data classification is classifying the data into like sensitive data, personal data, or public data. And there are from the linear regression, we get exact values. It's not probabilities. And there are two types of linear regression. That is simple linear regression and multiple linear regression, which uses a dependent variable and one or more independent variables. So we have taken two instances GDP to predict it, and we have taken the dependent and the independent variables, that is the average GDP and the growth rate in the percentage. So the x-axis is the percentage of the GDP growth, and the y-axis is the intermediate GDP. So mainly the similarity of the two axes is the classification according to the various sectors of the like retail sector, large industries, small industries, micro and manufacturing industries. So according to this, we have found the R-square value as 0.907, which is closer to 1. That means it ranges from 0 to 1. So it is 90% accurate according to our reports. And basically, if the rates are closer to 0, that means it is less accurate, and which is
so what's
closer
your
to 1.
X? What's your X? How many X variable?
So X is the percentage of the GDP growth.
Percentage of the GDP growth.
Yeah. And Y is the intermediate GDP.
This, of course, is linear regression.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Most often is linear regression. Why do you find no surprise? This is, you did this cost doing well, it's GDP doing very well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what others you found? You have that.
That's what we found for the linear regression.
Okay, good. Yeah.
And logistic regression is usually it's a wide generic categorization of useful insights, and it is basically like three methods. That is simple linear logistic regression, multivariate, and traditional. And this gives a through logistic regression, we get probabilistic values. It's not exact values. So it ranges from 0 to 1.
So what's the meaning 0 to you?
Sorry?
For logistic regression, right? The Y, what do you mean by 0? What do you mean by Y?
0
One.
is like less accurate, and 1 is more. It's not exactly the values what we are expecting, but it's somewhere close to it.
Okay. And so you did this labeling or the data? Only the data have this 0 and 1.
I really don't know.
How do you get the 0 and 1? Where is the data from?
It's from the
Okay.
COVID-19
The data set?
data set, yeah.
Okay.
We have used different industry sectors, how the COVID-19 has affected the industries,
Okay.
the growth of the GDP. So, yeah, that's basically, this is like, you can see there is much probability on 1 and less on the 0, so that's the smallest accurate growth.
So this is use Excel statistics, yeah?
So,
Use Excel.
Yeah, Excel.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
So coming to data clustering, okay. So data clustering is basically combining different data into groups. So similar data goes in similar groups and different data go in different groups. So K-mean clustering. K-mean clustering represents the number of clusters, and similar data groups are made into different clusters, and it's a data mining methodology. And trend line, so this is the trend line, and it shows the changes in sales. This is the percentage. This is the month and year. It shows the changes in sales from the year 2019 to 2021. Okay, so there are three stages. Okay, the x-axis is percentage and the y-axis is month and year. And the three stages are first is significant decline in sales due to the COVID-19. It's 80% decline. Okay, second one, percentage of sales dropped down due to the lockdown. And third, it's they have recovered because of the measures the lockdown has taken.
So where is your elbow? Elbow. Yeah, sure, elbow. No. Okay, you do elbow. Elbow graph. Do elbow. You don't look elbow. You look elbow. You want to see elbow, right? For me, that's why I got it. Yeah. Okay, it's fine. So these are decision tree. Yeah.
Okay, so the these says that the sales will be in the right second portion of one sale. Okay, and this the decision tree provides information on all the possible outcomes. A means gives not much accurate data, but compared to decision tree, it provides all the outcomes of what is possible and what is not possible. Confusion matrix. So in the confusion matrix,
Okay, so what's the tools I used to do this decision tree? What tools you use decision tree to do decision tree? How did you do decision tree? By manual? By Python?
yeah, Python.
Or you have to tell us to be Python? No? Decision tree. Yeah. So you use Python, ChatGPT, wow. Yeah, okay, that's cool.
You told us to use.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but you have to tell us. Okay, good.
Okay. So the use of confusion matrix to evaluate the accuracy of models' predictions regarding the impact of COVID-19 on sales. Matrix allows the comparison of predicted outcomes with the actual outcomes. Okay, and helps determine the degree of accuracy for the models. And also, if the model is above 60%, it is considered to be a good model. Auto regressive integrated moving average. Okay, it is a statistical method used for time series forecasting. Comparing the comparing the line graph of two different figures. Okay, the line graph in the figure 2 is more smooth as compared to figure 1. In figure 1, there are a lot of direction shifts and numerous chaotic repeats. So this is conclusion.
Yeah, so for conclusion, we realize that it is very important to know the strengths and limitations of each data analytics techniques to reach more accurate outcomes. So in our case, we determined that the regression approach outcome was about it had accuracy about 80, 85, 90%, and the K-means only had 60% accuracy.
So what's your discovery? What's your finding?
90% accurate. What we have.
I'm just a man. I'm stupid. Right? I don't know what the accuracy is I'm making, right? What do you find? What should I do for business? Yeah. Yeah. Everyone knows COVID-19 impact everyone at home. Yeah. So what do you find from your study?
We have found that GDP growth of all the sectors, how it was affecting due to COVID-19.
Everyone know that. So what sector you find? What are the impacts?
It impacts with like the how much like the whole environment, the whole
You need to get very detailed, right? Otherwise, your boss will not happy with you. The result, what's the result, right? Yeah, you know what I mean? So this team typically did good work, right? A lot of trying every method, yeah? Decision tree, linear regression, the What do you find? What do you find? Right? What's the implication for my business? I'm a businessman, I want to make money because I use for finding this but this is not right. Okay, so whatever. Let's give them a hand and good work for the hard work. Okay. Team 2, that's team 3, right? Ready? Team 3? Yeah. Try to use email to three. So you get a very good point. So you want to use it. Yeah, that would be great. Much easier. So get the point, right? Yeah.
Presentation will go there. Why are you showing me?
What's good? Ours.
I'm shy of cameras.
Okay, good.
The presentation shows of teamwork and cooperation.
Our Q3.
Exit the PowerPoint mode.
Okay, you start team three.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. We are team three. Louisa. We also have Anusar, Monia, Tashina, and Mia. And today we're going to be talking about our group project. It was focused on the movie industry. Just to give you a brief introduction, so we're going to cover the background, methodology, analysis, our conclusion and recommendations. We also have a Q&A session in the end. Okay, so just to give you a brief introduction about our team, our group decided our main goal was to find which genre of movie was most profitable and what were the variables that made this profit. We had films released between 2010 and 2020. For our background, the movie industry has always been related to technology, but since the streaming industry showed and emerged, other options and other business models were released, so the studios and industry had to readapt to this new content demand services. And our main problem statements were the first one, the uncertainty of the success of a movie. So what were the main reasons to a movie be successful or not? The second one were the threats from the streaming services. Like I said, it changed the movie industry. And our third question was, what are the factors that affect the success of a movie in the industry?
Okay, so now I will talk about how the data was collected. So we collected from Kiko.com, and the data set has 7,668 rows and 15 columns. And so for our analysis, we cleaned the data set from the period of from 2010 to 2020, and we found a row 1,522 rows and 15 columns. So we have three methodologies. The first one is the data visualization that we use it Tableau. The second one is unsupervised. We use Python for the scaling clustering. And the third one is the supervised, the classification. We use the Python. And for the code, we use the chat.
Next, we talk about the data visualization. So we use Tableau to do that. First thing we do is to give a general picture of just 10 years. And we found that in that 10 years, we have a positive growth in the movie industry. but it's kind of stable. There are two special years. One is 2016. We found that that year they had the highest revenue in this 10 years. And then another one is 2020. We know that it's a pandemic year. So that year the revenue dropped by over 91%. So then we do audience preference analyze, and we find that the best based on the profit. So we find that the best regional action animation company, and the worst three romance, further, and sci-fi. So we think when the company want to invest in a new movie, they need to think about like what the audience really like about the kind of movie. And then we do analyze about its financial performance. So we use the tablet to generate a trend line of between the budget and the profit. And we found that there's a positive correlation of these two factors. So that means if the company invests more money, they had a higher budget, generally they will have a higher profit. But of course, they have some outliers that like Avengers, it's a super successful movie that generates a lot of profit compared with its budget. Then we have a close look of the 2016 year, and we find that this year is a banner of its revenue, and the profit is over $27 billion. And we take a look of its general and find that profit changes to action movie. So it fits our general analysis of those 10 years. So and also indicate that action movie is kind of like a stable support role for the company's revenue. And we also find that that the top 10 movies based on these profits, several of them are like based on some big IPs like Marvel Comics or DC Comics or J.K. story. So we're saying for the company, it's a kind of like the indication that you need to find a very good story or you need to find a very famous IP to invest for your next movie.
Okay, I have to move to Kim right now. Explain more.
Okay.
Yeah, beautiful. Let's move to Kim.
So for our cadence clustering, we decided to cluster the data set into 3 categories based on the scores awarded by individual users on the IMDb website. So we use the elbow curve method to decide on the optimal number of clusters. So our elbow point is approximately around 2.5. That's why we rounded it off to 3. So after that, we generated a visualized data chart, both scatter plot and bar plot. So we can see that we have 3 clusters. Because our scores are on a scale of 1 to 10, the clusters are divided in the sense that one cluster has the highest rating, one has the lowest rating, and one has an average rating, which can be seen in the cluster statistics here. So cluster 0 has the highest scoring, cluster 1 has the average, and cluster 2 has the lowest scoring. So based on this specific cluster, filmmakers or producing companies can focus on cluster 0 to see further relationship between budget and growth, which is explained by them.
So how did you get the tools? By which?
So I use the code from ChatGPT and also from a reference from the Kaggle website on a similar clustering demonstration. Then I used it on
professional, yeah?
Jupyter Notebook to do the
ChatGPT is making it beautiful. Okay, move to the class 5.
Okay, so hi everyone, I'm going to explain the supervised learning model. So for our Indian analysis, we did the linear regression and logistic regression because it showed the highest accuracy. I'll come to that in a while. So for the linear regression, we did a multiple linear regression as our x variable, which is the dependent, as our dependent variable, which is the genre. It, sorry, our dependent variable, the gross, which also depends on various other factors such as the budget, the genre, and all the variables which we use for our data set. So what we were trying to find that through this model, we can actually predict how much a movie can make, which is like the gross revenue of that movie, depending on all the variables such as the genre, budget, and everything. So the model will tell us that what can be an expected or a predicted revenue, gross revenue of that model based on the variables. So we found, after running the code, we found this plot, and also we found that the R-squared value is 0.695, which means that 70% of the variations of the gross revenue can be explained by the changes in all the variables which we use for this model. So we also did logistic regression. As you all know, that logistic regression is a binary classifier, so it can only give us the answer in 0 or 1, which is like we can either find that the movie is successful or not. So when we run the code, we got a curve like this, which gives us that if the value is if the output if the gross is greater than budget, then it will give an output of 1, which means that the movie is successful. And if the gross is less than budget,
So what do you mean by successful movie?
like it will be hit, so that means it will be profitable. And if it's like less than the budget, that means it will give an answer output of 0, which means it won't be successful because it will be losing money. And also we like from here we can see that as my friend mentioned that the genre action is doing really well. So when they will increase the budget of that particular genre, the probability of success will also increase. So from this model, we can also figure out that. Next. So as I mentioned that we did in-depth analysis for linear and logistic regression, because when we did the ROC model, we saw that logistic regression and linear regression had an accuracy of 93%. We also did the ROC model for SMV, which is a support vector machine, and naive bias, but we saw that it doesn't give as high accuracy as logistic and linear regression. Hence, we chose to do in-depth analysis for that, and we also can say that if higher the AUC value, the better will be the model. So we can either deploy the logistic regression or the linear regression. We also tried to do the time series model for this, but Python couldn't generate because we didn't have enough value to support that model, so we only did it for classification. Now coming to the conclusion, it can be since we did an in-depth analysis of the data insights from 2010 to 2020, as we mentioned that the genre action is doing really well, and it is also most preferred genre for the audiences. So anyone, if they're like any production house, if they're planning for any movies in the future, they keep in mind. We also saw that the name of the movie and the star and director of the movie can also have an impact. So they have to be very mindful when they're choosing their script and also like their directors and stars. We can also see that there has been an immense development of technology. Hence, we would suggest that the movie industry, like especially the production company, should actually leverage the use of AI data so that they don't have to run the losses whenever they're producing a movie. They are quite sure that they can make profit out of it, and by that they can also like optimize their expenses. And however, we also recommend that since our data was very limited, we think that an further extensive analysis can be performed, which will include more variables, because we didn't, for example, include the quality of the script in our data set. So that might also affect further investigation of the companies to understand better. But this can be a starting point for them, and there they can they won't face any more threshold. So that's all from us. Thank you.
So this kind of work, right? We expect you to perform as a visual analysis in the work, yeah? If you're hired by the movie theater company, yeah? By Hollywood, by Vancouver. So what kind of movie should they make? Yeah? And so well done for this work, right? So the nice presentation, interesting, and tried with help, ChatGPT, you're able to do this, the mining work. Yeah? We tried all this method, right? So I have one question about you, your comparison table. Can you go back to IOC curve? AUC IOC. Okay. So basically, you have compared the U-based support vector machine and logistic regression is reasonable. How you compare linear regression accuracy? How do you get it to 93%? Where did that come from?
So in ChatGPT, what I wrote is that can you write me a code for these 4 models and give me a like ROC card.
Yeah.
So when I wanted to get the values of area under the curve in the plot, I couldn't generate it, but when I run it, like under like that thing, they showed the values.
Okay. So you know that, right? For linear regression, you want to find y correlate with x, yeah? And y is a numerical value.
Yeah.
And x can be, most of them should be numerical, right? And this is why you use the linear regression.
No, I also added the categorical values. So I changed like the
You
string
put y
values.
the category variable?
Yeah, like genre and stuff. I changed like I told ChatGPT give me the code how to change that to numerical values.
Okay, so this is a questionable, yeah? This is a questionable,
Okay.
yeah?
I did
So-
whatever ChatGPT gave.
Well, you forgot by ChatGPT.
But you said ChatGPT is dependable.
Well, no, that could forget you. That is risk for AI, right? Someday they manipulate you. Yeah. So basically, you compare, classify together. It's very reasonable, right? But if you cannot compare this kind of linear regression time series, yeah, because the focus different things.
Yeah.
The numerical, how much separate. Yeah. So classify whether they have promotion or not. Yeah. Okay. So this is the question. Our video fund report. So, question from your audience for this interesting study.
It was very good, like the visualization, the model comparison. I have no questions.
With your girlfriend. Okay, Jennifer, do you have a question for this guy? Yeah.
No, they're presenting a good family.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, everybody, right? So very good. Yeah. Okay. Good. Good job. Okay. Great. Yeah. Please start your performance. Okay. Good. In integration Team 3, right? Team 3. Then now Team 4 should be ready. Great. Yeah. Now come on speed. That's right. You have opportunity. ChatGPT making you so beautiful. Your work. Yeah. But make sure you're not wrong. Forerunner by ChatGPT. You have to know basic model concept, which you learn from this course. Good there. So Team 5, who's Team 5? Yeah. 5, okay, good, yeah. Make sure you email to the gentleman, yeah. And I will read your report for detail. Yes, check the code. Team 5, Team 6? Team 6, right on here. So you guys ready? Yeah. Good. Get the points. Problem, data, DV, Tableau, came in, classify. What do you find? That's the same you find exam. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, you work on 8 hours. And what do you find? Yeah. No, of course not. This is what we know about. No. I mean, I would give some example, right? You do by your new team.
What is the relation like? Is it data set or is it?
I cannot tell you, but find example. Yeah, very close. I'll give you a website, yeah.
So give me easy one. Give easy data set for example.
No, it's fine example. Okay, not fair to these people. Okay, now, let's do it. Good.
Yes.
What's the relation?
Everyone quiet, right? Please. Let's go.
Hello everyone, my name is Rajvi and today we are going to present our topic in front of you. And the main purpose of our project is to analyze the employee attrition rates in fast food industry and to find out various reasons for the attrition rates and to provide recommendations in order to reduce these rates. In this study, we found that the attrition rates as compared to other industries are higher in the fast food industry. So we are going to present this in front of you. I'm going to introduce the whole introduction of the topic as well as scope and objective and background research. And for the methodology part, Akash will handle of it. And for visualization using SPSS method, they will analyze this part. And for K-means clustering method, Riddhi will take over that part. And lastly, Sachin will do analysis using logistic regression. So, firstly, the main basically, what is employee attrition? So it's basically the employee leaving the organization. So according to CNBC report, it has been found that in last 2 years, the rate has been risen and it reached to approximately 130% in 2019. So due to this, the business has faced lots of losses, and even this may also result in wastage of financial resources. So, the main data source of the whole project is collected from Kaggle, and we also used the sample survey of 1,470 employees from US Bureau of Labor Statistics. So basically, the main objective of the study is to find out the various reasons and provide recommendations to the.
Okay, you already said it. Let's go to your Tableau work. No, just skip it. We know that. Go to Tableau work. No, just go to. We know that. Go to your Tableau. Yes. Yeah, analysis.
So basically, that is the data visualization using SPSS. So firstly, we take this first figure, which is a comparison between work-life balance and attrition. In this, it was used to visualization data through graphical and statistical format. After that, there is a employee attrition data set was used to analyze and develop SPSS charts. But in this figure, it respects job participation and work-life balance. After that, maintaining the work-life balance is crucial for engaging employees in a job responsibility, as well as we do gender-based attrition as well. So this research examined that the impact of employee turnover on the work environment. In comparing female employees, men are more focused on the continuing the work, which means that the women consider the job very uneasy, leading to employee turnover. Next slide. So the next analysis is with this graph. So this plot was used to evaluate employee attrition and
data and other factors. The independent variables included daily rate.
Okay, I have to stop you. Why are you not using Tableau?
So we like,
This required you use Tableau. Why not using Tableau?
so in the next we will use the Tableau as well.
Yeah, just not required. Make sure. Then you use that for your final exam. Yeah. So SPSS is not required. Yeah.
So next we will verify the
Tableau.
Like this is the k-mean clustering which we did, and we have used the elbow approach to like find the clusterings. So basically, we have got the value that k is equals to 2. We have clustered our data into two. The sample is divided into the two groups, which will give the similar on the basis of the similar variance, so that there is the inertia will be reduced and the coherence, so that we ensure the coherence. Yeah, so basically in this figure, the employees are identified into two bases. That is the distance employee who are working at home, and the other is the job involvement. And here the blue represents the employees who are staying with the organization, while the red represents the employee who have left the organization. So the visualization shows that the time which is more spent by the employees in the company, whereas the lower, which is the lower attrition rates, while the low job involvement has the negative impact on the attrition and can decrease the turnover as well.
So this means done by ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, the data are like presented in the red as well as the blue. So the blue indicates the low attrition rate, whereas the red says the high attrition rate to us. So basically, this graph is showing the distance from the home and the job environment impact. Further, this analysis has been done so that the variable develops the to make us understand the reducing rate of employee turnover.
Good, good. Let's go to class 5.
So I'm going to talk about the logistic regression. The logistic regression was conducted using reference method, and the regression was set at 0.5 and classification was 0.5 as well. So the employee number and working hours were removed from the analysis, and the output of regression analysis is marked in red. So what we analyze is the employees with higher salary packages and more job responsibilities want to stay with the company, and the employees who are more distance from home want to leave the company. And overall accuracy of the data set is 97.5%, and 85.3.2% employees were predicted to stay with the company. And the other employees want to leave the company as compared to older employees. Employees with job satisfaction and better work-life balance want to stay.
This is also from ChatGPT.
Yeah. Good. So to conclude the assignment, the research analysis published in the fast food industry and identifies factors that positively impact employer retention, including job satisfaction, job involvement, and training. SPSS and K-means clustering patterns were used for statistical analysis, ensuring accuracy and reliability. Python is the most appropriate tool that can easily handle complex data and large data.
Okay. That's all right. Okay. Let's give hands for the question. Using Tableau work. All right? Do Tableau work. Make sure you have two Tableau will be in the final exam.
Yes.
Okay? With Tableau UBC. Then use the end request. Yes? And also, you have only one class 5. Am I right? With the logistic question. Why don't you try support the machine? Why don't you try the increase, not kill 50K. Just use ChatGPT, same thing. One command, why? You didn't do it. It's easy to one command, right?
Professor, what we give is the K-mean method which we
The can be did very well, yeah.
Yeah, so basically it is giving the 89.20% of accuracy.
While Kimi cannot say accuracy.
No, but the professor will like the K value which you got, which was actually
Yeah, the Kimi is good too. I read your fun report. Why you say K2? What are the interpretation? So you didn't require to two classify. You did one pretty well on the logistic regression. Yeah, you missing the second part. Yeah, that's the point, right? So you find you grade where you made by AI, right? They're looking for what you have back. Yeah, they don't count your sparse. They're looking for. So be careful, yeah. Make sure you guys pass this grade course. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, and so congratulations for team 4 and team 5. Please be ready. Usual time. Yeah. Get the point, right? Yeah. I'm ChatGPT. I was always looking for that requirement. I mean, yeah, good. I want you guys to be great at business analysis with help of ChatGPT. It looks good. Yeah. Okay, let's start, right? Team 5. Alcohol. You use a lot. Is it you? Yeah, just use over there.
This is team 5. My name is Ron, and we do have a very interesting topic. As you can see, it's about alcohol consumption.
Yes, with no internet training support. Okay, then just do some more things. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you have a very interesting topics about alcohol consumption and how it affects your life expectancy at different stages of life. So moving on to it, like when we talk about alcohol consumption and life expectancy, we can see like that alcohol is directly related to your life expectancy and it affects your like life expectancy negatively. And for that, we have researched about the whole data sets that we found out on Google and classified it and like clustered it, and we have used Tableau as a visualization software. So the objective of this topic was is it a myth or really a fact that alcohol consumption really related to your life expectancy, or there are other factors as well that helps determining the same topic. Yeah, so like the data set collection is about like the different countries that are using alcohol and what is the average age that it is found out for this specific country. And we have attained a lot of different columns for that. It's like demographic, gender, income level, everything. So the data cleaning had we had to go quite a good job in that thing. So 6,500 around rows that we have to cluster that we have to clean to around 2,000, and we had 15 different columns that we have to clean at around 5. So that's how it is. And for the cleaning, for the visualization part, I'll go down to subtraction.
Okay, so like Ron said, we did a visualization on so basically on the life expectancy and the alcohol consumption life expectancy on pure alcohol, beer, wine, and spirits. So spirits, everybody knows pure alcohol, beer, wine, spirits, and basically like around vodka, gin, tonic. Okay. And then we analyze the trend of longevity. So basically, this is a graph. The darker shades of countries consume more alcohol, where the data is gray, there is no data available or there is minimal consumption of alcohol. And the lighter orange countries have lower consumption of alcohol. So we found that like for total alcohol, there is basically if you take a bottle of whiskey, out of 1 liter bottle of whiskey, the amount of alcohol that there is in that bottle is about 400 ml. So that equates to about 4.4 servings of alcohol. So we found that Belarus in Europe had the most alcohol consumption, and according life expectancy was 31 years, and the highest life expectancy with the least servings of alcohol was Indonesia at 1.2 servings of alcohol at 67 years.
So what does it really mean? The personal consumption of alcohol?
So yeah, so like we see Russia, we see Canada, we see a part of Europe. It means that there is greater level of alcohol consumption
Per person?
Yeah, per person. Throughout their lifetime. Yeah. Okay. Similarly with that for beer, and we found that Namibia, a country in Africa, has the most beer consumption in the world, and your age correlates at 63 years, and some other countries alcohol consumption. Interesting. Same for wine, and then for spirits as well. So what we found from this is that there is a positive correlation with regards to alcohol consumption and life expectancy. The reason behind this is if you see as the number of spirit servings increase, the life expectancy is increasing, and this line shows the average. However, if you when we filter the data set, we found that this is true on a macro level when you take all 195 countries. But if you see there's like a lot of cluster over here. So our data had basically the countries were bifurcated into 3 levels of income. There was high income countries, middle income countries, and low income countries. So low income countries over here, when they had like higher servings of alcohol, their life expectancy reduced on low income countries. And so similarly, each dot on this graph represents the country, and we have Canada over here. Average age is 18, and the average person over their lifetime consumes about 1,450 units of spirits.
So this is from visualization, right?
Yeah.
We cannot conclude from visualization. Yeah? And it's kind of, we need doing more analysis. Yeah? Because if your poor country, you are suffering from food, right? Without the food, how can you drink it?
Yeah, so we're coming to that.
Right. You need doing more analysis rather than
Sir,
conclude. Okay, Kimi.
For K-means clustering, we have used Python instead of Excel to make this thing even more interesting. We got the Python code by using ChatGPT. This is our Python code that we use for the K-means clustering. So, in the K-means clustering, first we need to find out the number of clusters. For this, we have to find out the algo method. Algo method is a popular and straightforward way to find out the number of clusters. Here we can see that. The rate of decrease. The rate of decrease remain level of or started level of at the point of 2. So our number of clusters is 2. This point is called elbow because it looks like bending arms at the elbow. And here we can see that it represents a trade-off between the quality of data and the complexity of the model. Then in our next slide,
In our next slide, we have found the K-means clustering. K-means clustering is all about gathering data, make it based on the similar characteristics. So to make it even more clear, we have put the histogram. In the histogram, we have found 7 key elements which are related to alcohol consumption and life expectancy, like income level, different types of alcohol consumption like beer, spirit, wine, and life expectancy at 60, which is an average person can, is an estimation how long a person can live. So based on this, we have found this because of alcohol consumption, people life expectancy after 60, it increases between 15 to 25 years. Now I like to call my another group member Jennifer to discuss about the regression matters in details.
I'm going to present a part of the about the logistic regression that we chosen for the classification analysis. Basically, a logistic regression is to determine which demographic factors and or the alcohol consumption patterns that would lead to a longer lifespan. And the demographic factors which we look into are gender, income level, alcohol consumption, and life expectancy. At the age of 60. And in this LR model, the case with binary outcomes is which would typically be noted by 0, which stands for failure. And on the contrary, the case is denoted by 1, which stands for success. That means the predictor variable gives the target variable, the reflect the case that it met that they have a longer life expectancy than the average. The average is about 19 years. So is the data collected at 2013. Because for this life expectancy is a rolling number. Every year, the life expectancy will go higher according to the WHO, the World Health Organization. And the interpretation is whether those predictor variables, such as alcohol consumption, will lead to the happening of the target variable, which is longer than average life expectancy. And also the cross validation is conducted by using a confusion matrix, which is a 2x2 table to assess the classification performance. And the precision ratio is given by the true positive divided by the true.
So what's the accuracy for this question?
We got 100% for the logistic
Regression.
regression.
Wow.
But maybe later we will explain why we doubt very much this finding as well.
So what's the second algorithm I tried?
Yeah.
Okay. Very good job.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's kind of second.
Which we used was the knife way.
So
So actually we got 100% in the first one. So, but then to represent in front of everyone, we used the second one. So it is just 93% accuracy in knife way. So we can more rely on linear regression for the accuracy. And
so this also done by ChatGPT.
Yes.
So on the board, like I have written the formula which you go to explained us in the class while your lecture of week 7. So so in the x-axis we can represent the various type of alcohol, which is spirit, wine, beer, and total alcohol consumption. And in the y-axis we can represent the age, whether it is going up or whether it is going down after 60. So that's how we did the line.
Okay. What do you find out?
That's our finding, which will discuss about the finding.
Interestingly, if we are consuming mild and moderate servings of alcohol, it may help in longevity of the life expectancy.
How much? Moderate.
Very moderate, like
25.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you can live till 95.
Okay.
But
But
only when used in mild and moderate servings.
Okay.
But if there is like heavy usage or not safe usage of the it leads to downfall of life expectancy, and it's not just about alcohol, but also a lot of factors like
it doesn't matter if it's wine or beer or liquor.
The pure, the pure base of alcohol, what's the content of alcohol in that? It's all about the pure content of alcohol. If you are consuming beer, there is a certain level of alcohol in it. Then if you are consuming wine, there is a certain level of alcohol.
I just drink the drugs. It's okay.
So that's how it is. So,
okay, that's very interesting. Okay, let's give hands. Right now, good. I will drink more now. Yeah, good job. I don't know whether now beer or wine. Okay. Here, one question regarding the team 5, then team 6 prepare your last team. Question, sir. Why you are speaker?
What in the real world like according to the biologically, according to the body biologically, like you just suit more with whiskey or you just suit more with so you decide what suits you the best, but don't drink more, have like limited content of alcohol in your body. Yeah. You go like that.
It's a doctor right now. Alcohol advice, but also it's good for analysis. Alcohol is analysis. Yeah. Okay. Good job. Our video report. Okay. Give evaluation for team 5, please. Okay. You are 5. So let's take team 6 right now. You have a 10 minutes, right? Because of moment of time. Yeah. Okay, give duration for team 5. Then we 10 minutes left. Okay, pay attention. Work on team 6. Beer, COVID-19. Yeah. You do study. So this will help you to learn to become, good analysis. Not ask from other kids as well. I like the project. Of course, very good. I'm happy to make more money. Yeah. Minimum $80,000. Yeah.
Can we start?
Target for 100. Okay, you start right now. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. And talk about Walmart sales and COVID-19. Okay, problem statement: how much sales by days and weeks, and then what particular products or commodities that Walmart goes for. And our objective is manner of customers when purchasing product, particular products or commodities that Walmart most profitable, and the last one, how much sales by days and weeks. And then we will present the W, K-means clustering, and linear regressions. And we have 24,059 rows and 22 columns.
So for K-means we use categories of product. There are many different kinds of product, and then we use the unit cost and profit margin, quantity sold, and the discount rate that we have applied to each product. Okay, and from that previous questions. Because like we found out five cluster over here, we can see that and there was 4.
K equal 4, yeah?
And over here we can also see the number of units that we sold and also the level of profit. Okay, the higher the profit, the lower the profit over there, and the quantity that we sold according to the colors. And the discount rate is almost that. The discount rate is the same.
So how do you interpret this 4 cluster?
So over here we can see the level of units that we sold out, and the also shows some of the profit are taking account. Okay, the one this 10.0. The one which is below 0 shows that they are negative profit. Okay, the one
Probability.
from the one that is above 0 are negative profit.
Okay, let's do others. Linear regression.
Linear regression. So from here, there are many different types of products that were many costs. Yeah. Okay. So from the product, we can see maximum number of products are making the profit. But there are some products which are making very high profits. Okay. Say about 35%. And there are some products which are making negative profits. And the number of products that are making negative profits are on the left side, and the profits that are being made are on the right side. So we can see most of the products that are making profit are different. And same goes with here, percentage level of profit and the sales categories over here.
Next, we use data Tableau to visualize the data. First, we start off by having Walmart sales by states. You can see that Texas has the highest sales and South Dakota has the lowest sales. Next, each product is grouped into categories and subcategories. Categories and subcategories: office supplies, technology, and furniture. Later, we move to another dimension where quantity is used rather than the amount, so that the products are represented properly. And here we have total sales by subcategory and segment.
Yes, so in this line chart, we can see that the maximum number of sales. So the maximum number of sales were made in November, that were 45K, and the minimum was in March, which was below 5K and approximately around 3K. So in this, we have done the graph based on the segments. So the blue one represents the consumers, and then the orange one represents the corporate, and the red one depicts the home system. And here we can see that the consumer department is leading, while we can see that there's a decline in the month of December. So this is based on the day of the week. So here we can see that the least amount of sales were done on the day Friday, and then the maximum numbers were on Tuesdays.
Okay, good, very good job for Tableau.
These are the sales by volume, segment, and state.
Okay, very good. So you only showed one classification with the linear regression, right? Yeah. K-means is unsupervised learning. It's a K-means clustering. You did two classify. So you're missing one. Clear?
Clustering. No, there are that we
So what others you
others are in
okay, so our video final report seems to me you missed the one, yeah? Classify. Make sure you were to final exam, right? Ask your minimum two classify. So you basically use the Excel statistics, right? You usually use the you should try a ChatGPT, but easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's perfectly fine, yeah. And yeah. Okay. Good. So the question you're missing one classify. The key interpretation is 4, right? So basically, you I did your interpretation. You did wonderful work on your Tableau. Right? Well done. Okay. So, thank you. Any question for the team 6? No, yeah, okay. Yeah, one more important. Okay, good. So, make sure for your final exam, right, you need to follow instruction.
If I ask you for 2 plus 5, must do it. Otherwise, missing one. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for your wonderful work. That's okay, good job. Thank you. Well done. What do you say? Pardon me?
Guys, you did a great job.
Okay. Yeah. Got it. Thank you. Good job.
Hello. Please subscribe to my professor's channel and hub. Subscribe to my professor's channel. It's an hub and share this video as much as possible. Sir, how to discontinue the live video? Still live.
That's fine.
Not end it. End the live.
You end the live?
Yeah.
You will be there. I'm going to put there.
I will
And 4x7 dance. Even dance.
Your subscriber will go crazy.
Then you do one thing, right? Then you undress yourself. Yeah. Thank you. Good advice. Maybe do later.
And if you don't want, I can handle your YouTube channel. Because in India, I was in digital marketing.
Digital marketing?
Yes, so I used to handle Instagram.
Wow, that's good. Okay, good. Done.
You want the PPT in email and the Word file, right?